Greetings, Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon. Welcome to your Tarot Videoscope for June 2020 by Ama Lightworker. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please do remember that these are general readings. If you'd like to have your very own private consultation, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit my website www.amalightworker.com. For those of you who would like to know more, there's two ways. I have already done a whole new reading for each sign of the zodiac. It is an Akashic reading that is available for download and purchase through vimeo.com, and the link for that is down here below in the show more description box. The second way, for those of you who would like to know more, I made a second Akashic Records reading for each sign of the zodiac. It is a much more extended reading, twice as long as the Vimeo readings for each sign of the zodiac. You could either join the membership button right here next to the subscribe, or if you notice in the show more description box, you're going to find a little link to join the membership program. With that being said, now allow me to focus on this reading for you. And do check out the video for your rising sign and moon sign, because you are going to get additional information. The general feeling for Gemini, sun, rising, and moon has to deal with some sort of an hesitation. It could be specifically about money. A person or a circumstance will turn around to kind of help you with the financial aspect of a plan. You may be dealing with shaking events, worldly events. You may notice some sort of a shift or a turnaround of events in your own personal life. For some of you, it could be about taking a chance, taking a risk, opportunities that show up, but you may feel a little bit hesitant about these opportunities, or you could be dwelling on feelings of indecisiveness, inner tension, changing your mind, changing your feelings, or difficulty making a choice. That was the general feeling. Now I'm going to break this down one by one. The first card that you got is the Knight of Pentacles. I will tell you the meaning of the card first, and then I will break this down for you. I will tune in to hear my spiritual team, what they have to tell you about this. The Knight of Pentacles, if it represents a person in your life, usually it represents a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. This could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. If you are a Gemini who happens to have your moon or your rising sign in Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, this card may also represent you. It also means slow, caution, feels reserved to take action. It also means wisdom to work hard. It represents a person with a deep plan to take step by step. At this time, a change could be necessary with these plans, and sometimes it simply means being more serious than you should. For many of you, they're telling me that you are going to be able to provide resources. If you are part of a community, part of a charity, part of raising funds, maybe to help somebody at a personal level, or maybe to help through donations and fundraisers, some of you are going to be like an activist to channel these resources to come to either to help somebody personally, or as I said, for the greater good through donations, through foundations and charities. For some of you, this Knight of Pentacles, you are linked to them, because what they're showing me is Money will keep on circulating. Maybe you helped this Knight of Pentacles with money. Maybe they borrowed money from you, because now they're telling me that the two of you could be sitting down to figure out a plan. How is this person going to repay the debt back to you? They're showing me that for some of you, you are about to receive a small fortune through your work. If you have a business, you are about to receive a small growth, but after this, that small growth will keep on continuing. So it may look small at first, but it will be steady. Somebody may be showing up to reward you financially, either for your hard work. They may be buying you gifts, they may be buying you presents, but I also have a sense that some of you, they're showing me like a circumstance when you return something that maybe you did find, and a person will try to reward you for your kind gesture. For those of you who do celebrate your birthday in June, happy birthday to you. And I also have a sense that somebody may be surprising you, or maybe even showering you. Maybe that's why for some of you, there's a sense of a person showing up to surprise you, maybe with a gift of cash. You may be feeling a little bit conflicted or confused about some sort of a plan about upcoming trips. You may be required to work on the location. You could be, maybe there's a circumstance that requires you to go and visit somebody. And maybe you are going to feel conflicted about that, because I have a sense here that you don't know the details, and that's why you feel conflicted. You need to figure out a time, a day, or other details. The next card that you have is the World. When you get this card, to me, usually it means God and planetary movements, planets around you, are conspiring to come to help you in some ways. There's a lot that is happening in the heavens. And of course, it's June. It's the beginning of the eclipses. We're going to have a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse. Lots of planets are going to be going retrograde. Mercury is one of them. Venus will be stationed direct. And these eclipses have a tendency to influence our lives for the next 6 months. So in the hard time of the next 6 months, do rewatch this video a few times, because a lot of what I'm saying here will start to unfold in the hard time of the next 6 months. This card, to me, it also means world issues, shaking events, gatherings, travel, change. Sometimes, to me, it also means taking a risk, taking a chance, new opportunities. But at the same time, it also represents some kind of a restriction or some kind of a block. So if you do run in a restriction, a block, things being delayed, you having to redo stuff that you already did, there's a sense here that this is going to bring an opportunity for you. So if you run into a block, maybe it wasn't meant to be. If you run into any kinds of limitations, maybe the timing of it is wrong, because I do have a sense that these limitations may turn out to be only temporary. Maybe because either you are rushing in too soon, or you are planning on making something happen a little bit later. So for some of you, you may be dealing with a circumstance where timing is, not everything is going to go as planned, particularly with the timing of everything. They're showing me that for some of you, you could be communicating with people who live in faraway places. Some of you could be picking up your phone and trying to talk to everybody, text, email, because maybe you plan on making some sort of an announcement. It could be a time for you where a lot of people may be trying to reach out to you, communicate with you, because for some reason you're going to feel like you are in the center of the world, like you are in the center of attention. For some of you, they're talking about announcements for a job. You could be lucky to run. Maybe your eye is going to catch some sort of an announcement for a job position opening, and you may be taking a chance, taking a risk, applying for that job. But I also have a sense that for some of you, you're going to feel like your head is on fire. Either because you are tuning in way too much into what's happening right now in the world, and that could be very distressing for you, or you may be dealing with one person after another or events that seem to irritate you and frustrate you. Whether this is happening in the larger scale and seems to irritate you or frustrate you, or something or someone that specifically is irritating or frustrating you, I still have a sense that you are going to be able to keep and maintain your balance. Because if you look at here, the person, the head is on fire, but the person is still very balanced, trying to juggling two things at once, or trying to keep and maintain peace, trying to manage their balance to their best ability. A lot of things will be revealed. They're telling me to refocus my attention on the naked woman, because it's going to be about the naked truth. It's going to be about a lot of things that you had no idea were happening behind the scenes. Whether this is coming to you through the news, the social media, what is happening politically in the world right now, secrets being revealed, scandals, okay? But they're also talking about people in your everyday life, people in your circle of family relatives. Maybe they have a lot to tell you, secrets being spilled. I almost get a sense that you could be the one being very surprised by some sort of an announcement. Could be a loved one that is announcing something that could be taking you by surprise, but you could be that one person who is making that announcement and calling everybody, and maybe everybody's going to be a little bit shocked or surprised by whatever announcement you have for them. A lot of you Geminis are going to be used by spirit to carry a special message for someone. You are going to be the messenger. Either you are going to channel messages, maybe you get a dream and you're going to be calling someone and be like, here's what I saw in my dream, it was about you. This could be for those of you who are on a spiritual path. Maybe you are psychic, maybe you work with energy, but please know that God will be channeling through you. God will work through you. You could be the one showing up to help somebody in some ways, because God will make that possible. God is working through you. Focus a little bit more on cleansing your own aura, on cleansing your own personal energy. You are going to be moved very much. You're going to feel very emotional. These emotions are going to move through you, and you do want to be as centered and as balanced as you can. There's a lot of energy that will be moving through your chakras, particularly when you do experience very strong emotions of joy, strong emotions of irritation. There's a lot of cleansing, particularly at an emotional level, and all of these emotions will be moving through your chakra. The next card that you have is the Two of Swords. To me, it means undecisiveness. It also means feeling caught between two choices, between two people, without necessarily taking sides, but nevertheless torn by choices. Sometimes to me it also means being a stalemate, protecting your emotions or protecting yourself. They're telling me it is about the direction of a specific circumstance. For some of you, it is about the direction of a relationship. You could be feeling very conflicted about it. But at the same time, it's like you're trying to take a chance here, a gamble, because the person here is blindfolded. And it's like, okay, I'm flipping a coin and see what happens. So this is okay, as a figure of speech. And that's how some of you are going to be playing to make a decision in a circumstance. So as I said, it may involve a relationship. Could be a relationship in business, could be a friendship, could be a relationship in love. Maybe you don't know everything yet. Okay, everything that you need to make a very well informed decision. For other ones, they're telling me that you could be taking a chance with or by announcing a new product, a new service. For those of you who have a business, you may be taking a chance or a gamble with a job proposal. Maybe you're going to be doing a presentation. You're like, it's something new, experimental, and I'm taking a chance or a gamble with it. So for some of you, you could be you may be trying to start something new, a new job, a new career, a new business, a new approach, a new perspective, a new point of view, and you're going to be like, let me see if this works. I'm going to take a chance. For some of you, they're telling me that you could be very much affected by the lunar eclipse. They're drawing my attention here to the little waxing moon, I think it's called. Your emotions are going to be running high. You may be dwelling on a lot of undecisiveness. So around the time of the lunar moon may not be the best ideal decision for you to make life-changing decisions. Many of you will be focusing on the magical side of the healing effect of the moon. You may be doing during this time a chanting, a meditation, a prayer. You may be trying to work on dream interpretations. You could be working with the law of attraction, the law of abundance and prosperity. You may be trying to manifest. Pretty much you are going to be drawn to a lot of mysticism. You may be trying to work with spirit or other things that belong in the metaphysical category. The next card that you have is disruption. So this is from a different deck, and they're telling me that for many of you, this time around there is a difference, because this inner conflict, this inner tension, that feeling of being overwhelmed is actually going to make you feel a little bit trapped. For some of you, you could be feeling like a stalemate with your emotions. Maybe you don't know still the specifics or step by step how to make something happen. I have a sense that a lot of things will start to turn around for the better in spite of your inner conflictions, in spite of your undecisiveness. For those of you who are starting a new beginning, maybe you're taking a chance in love either. Yes, you may be taking a chance, but you could still be dwelling on feelings of fear. It is also about, again, they're mentioning information. What do the resources that you need to make this happen? Information that you need to make this happen. If it is about technology that you need to make this happen. You got to break the energy from within. If you are a Gemini who is trying to manifest good things in your life, focus on figuring out also at a psychological level, what are your beliefs? What are your limitations? You don't feel that you can achieve this specific goal because of 1, 2, 3, 4. So work on that. It is very important that in June you keep your conversation with yourself, your most private thoughts, that conversation with yourself, that you keep it very real and very authentic. Because they're telling me this is not the time when you have to deny your needs, It's not a time for you to deny your truth anymore. You need to come out of some sort of a stage of disbelief or denial. You may be dwelling on your own misinterpretations. You may feel like something you said, you did could be misinterpreted, misjudged. You may be dealing or suffering from bad habits. I'm not necessarily going to call them addictions because they're mentioning bad habits. And granted, God is going to be working through you. You could be helping somebody else to break some kind of a bad habits, bad patterns, to break some sort of a negative attitude. But the important thing here is that somehow you are going to take responsibility of your emotions, your life, your decisions, and God will show up to support you in this transition as you are trying to break through your own limitations mentally, emotionally, physically. Everything will turn out to be okay, but for the time being, try to not necessarily only rely in your self. So you don't have to necessarily go through it alone or do it alone. You could use all of the support that you can get at this time. And I hope that this is making sense for you. Again, allow me to remind you to listen for the video for your rising sign and moon sign, because you are going to get additional information. Rewatch this video over the course of the next 6 months. Go to the Vimeo videos if you like to know more, or sign up for the membership program where you are going to get a lot more, twice as long readings and predictions for each sign of the zodiac, among other things. Thank you so very much. Contact me for a private reading, amalightworker@gmail.com, or visit my website, www.amalightworker.com. Like, share, subscribe, and I will reconnect with you again in the next video. Bye.